Yes.
Good morning, one and all. Uh, Today we are going to start this webinar on open educational resources and research visualization tools. So, esteemed Vice Chancellor, Rai sir, all the faculty members, research scholars, students, and all the participating members who have joined from outside the universities. First of all, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir for giving me this opportunity to organize, coordinate this webinar in a trending topic, open educational resources and research visualization tools, which I believe will be very useful and meaningful for academic community. I would like to welcome you all and our esteemed Vice Chancellor sir for sparing his valuable time and agreed to inaugurate this webinar and share his thoughts to the August gathering. I would like to welcome our today's resource person, Dr. Sandeep Kumar Pathak, who has very kindly accepted my invitation and agreed to deliver the talk on this trending topic. Thank you, Dr. Sandeep, for accepting my invitation. We look forward to listening from you. But before that, let me introduce Dr. Sandeep Pathak very briefly. Dr. Pathak is a MSc degree holder with MLISC and PhD. He has also passed National Cadet Corps NCC B and C certificate from examination. He is certified NSS program officer. Dr. Pathak is presently working as acting librarian in Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Bhopal, and instrumental in setting of state-of-the-art modern library at IISER-Bhopal. He has reached a working experience of 22 years. Prior to joining IISER-Bhopal, Dr. Pathak has worked at IIT Mandi, IIT Kharagpur, IUCA Pune, and Implement Gandhinagar. And he has also worked in Institute of Plasma Research, Gandhinagar. He was instrumental in setting of modern central library at IISER-Bhopal. He served as mentor librarian for IISER-Berhampur and founding librarian for IIT Mandi also. So Dr. Pathak has a good number of articles in various journals and international conference and edited 3 conference proceedings. He traveled widely to the various countries like USA, UK, and Sri Lanka, etc. So, as you know, we are living in the age of change. A lot of shift has been taken place recently. So, we are also living in the age of disruptive technology. As you know, in our the technology has taken the role, like the travel agency has stopped, like Ola, and after coming of Ola and Uber, the role of travel agency has been stopped, and like that in our education field also, after the coming of SWAYAM and NPTEL programs, a lot of traditional methods of teaching has been need to be changed. And one more thing, in the university system, research is our core field, and we are not only a consumer of information, we are also the producer of information. So we are writing so many articles. So for writing an article, we need to know some of the tools, smart tools like research management softwares, plagiarism softwares like Urkun, Turnitin, and all these smart research support tools, so that we can easily write research paper. So, you know, the journal acceptance rate of any good quality publisher like Springer, Elsevier, and says it is only 10 to 12%. So, whatever we are publishing, it should be clearly visible across the globe, so that the person as well as the institution will get able to know by the audience outside the India and abroad. So there should be a balance between education ecosystem. In the new education policy, there is a term called MIDAS, M-I-D-A-S. M stands for modularity, I stands for interdisciplinary, D stands for diversity, and A stands for accessibility, and S stands for sustainability. So accessibility, where in in the accessibility, we are providing more and more information to our users through various means. That means today's users wants to know everything sitting at home. So we are providing remote access facilities to our users. So universal education is the main theme in the national education policy. So I hope Dr. Pathak will also cover some things like Creative Commons. This is nothing but a license, because in digital space we are writing so many things. Our faculties are writing so many things. They should know something about Creative Commons. There are some licenses, copyright protection in digital era. So he will also cover, I think he will also cover this Creative Commons. So with these few words, now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to say something and formally inaugurate this webinar. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Bijayananda Pradhan, Librarian in charge of the Central University of Odisha. On behalf of the Central University of Odisha, I welcome you all. I particularly thank Dr. Sandeep Kumar Pathak ji, who has put in extensive experience as librarian in different parts of the country. And we welcome you, Dr. Sandeep Kumar Pathak, to help large number of people to understand the issues like Creative Commons there. I am happy to be associated with open educational resources and research visualization tools for academic communities there. In the midst of experts like you, I am not an expert in any of these areas there. But as a researcher, I can share my experiences. That is, we all started. We are products of 70s, where library is the only source of not only information, but also only source through which we can understand what's happening around the world there. However, thanks to the large number of changes that have taken place and a kind of a revolutionary changes in the ICT sector, the way we do research changed. The way we study, the way we prepare, the way we think, the way we manage time, and the way we understand research, and the way we plan out our research, all underwent a change in a remarkable way. Well, one thing I must tell you that I don't belong to this digital era at all, but I am the one who appreciate the access to information that is now available with just a click of the mouse there. Then I can source millions of websites there, or not only maybe millions, maybe too big there, thousands. I am in a little confused now in a way. If I want some information even about visualization tools for academic communities, this jargon itself may put me off for a while before I deconstruct it, what it means actually to me. So if I look at this, the emerging areas of research in this, and also the emerging sources of information as to how we can access this, I am really amazed at the variety and the choice that is available to the contemporary researchers there. Actually, the pandemic situation thrown up several challenges. One of the challenges converted to opportunities is to systematically understand the open education resources. Systematically, I am adding, because since students are little confused as to what is their source of information, what is the best source there, maybe the time has come for our teachers to equip themselves in two ways there. Anyway, offline we are all equipped there. Online, maybe our teachers need to understand, categorize, and also catalog kinds of websites that are necessary, or classify open education resources which are useful to the student and useful to teacher as a researcher there. Because there are twin challenges here. First of all, I must update myself before I recommend anything to the students here. Students, of course, they say that, the Geo advertisement long back, Mithi Mein Dunia. Like that, you see, at your doorstep and maybe in your room, maybe you can access it, all information. But what kinds of websites you need? When we were having long meeting the other day with my very competent faculty, naturally when I say something, I need to also know which is the best one, NPTEL or Swayam or both. Means, what should I do? How can I select this? That is as far as regular students are concerned. When it comes to research, more challenges are there. How do we take up review of literature? What are the different websites that help us know? How do we select a problem? How we can interact with supervisor and the research doctoral committee? What are the methods there? So these are the challenges before us. So the responsibility of the teacher is now increasing. Although it is everybody says digital resources there, what kind of digital resources can we select? How we can select? And what is the criteria by which we recommend anything there? And then when we select there, what is the how do we ensure that quality is there, in all those things that we are doing there? Besides that, when it comes to internals, when it comes to semester examinations, you need to understand the difference between currently what are the sources through which tests are done there. Some people say that, see, online testing is something which our students across the country are not ready. Some people say that no, it ensures quality there. Then as a teacher, then how we opt for this? What is the basis? Because open education resources, technically speaking, theoretically speaking, they are free, accessible to all. Anybody, anytime can watch. But then when we are prescribing to a student, that too in a blended mode, that I will also be interacting with you, and this is the prescribed websites for you there. I need to know what are the resources there, what is the content there, how the same topic, if I handle it, how I look at it. If it is already handled by eminent experts, how do I transform this to my student? This is one. Sources are many, open education sources are many, but a student registered in a university department as a full-time student offline, when we are prescribing open education resources, it's a multi-fold challenge for teachers, students, and also university administration there. We believe that, see, why don't you see the website? Why don't you see that lesson? Why don't you see? But what is in that lesson, perhaps this teacher must know before we prescribe it. Since we are not in a position to organize face-to-face teaching now, a time has come to critically look at available open education resources. For instance, in India, apart from NPTEL and Swayam, the Indira Gandhi National University continuously broadcasts number of lessons there every day. Every day I sent a list of radio lectures and Gyanwani, other things to our Dean of Students Welfare, Ravindra Padi, who painstakingly send it to department-wise students there. It's good work, but we are yet to get feedback from the students whether these lessons are actually helping them, whether these lessons are going to add knowledge to them, their knowledge repertoire, what they call it, how they are helping them. Is it a supplement? If so, how do we go about these things when we prescribe these same things there? As I told you the other day, we had a long meeting as to decide, whether we can OER, how we can use them as a combination with other resources that are available. A student is free to choose any resource that is available, but distance education materials or other other lessons that are available, modules that are available, right from edX and Coursera internationally down to the NPTEL and also Swayam there. What is then when the choice is too much, which one we are going to prescribe to guide the student of MA second semester, MSc second semester students? How do we guide is a challenge before us. And if this is the challenge, then we have almost forgotten our research scholars there. How do we engage them? So this topic, visualization tools for academic research, visualization tools, very important theme there. What I am proposing to do is, I wish to engage them in a direct talk there. So we looked at it and thought that the best way to engage our research scholars is to ask them to enroll in a course like academic writing in English there. But there are issues here. How our research scholars are looking at this? Have they welcomed it? What kind of assistance they need in possibly not only registering, but understanding the components that were listed here? Are they looking at it? Because all said and done, as a supplementary tool, it's okay, but it has become a main tool now. Luckily, our research scholars must have completed their prescribed coursework there. Yet, a constant interaction with supervisor is not possible now face to face. So what are the other tools that are available to him? How to make it? Is fieldwork possible online? If so, how? Because the problem has come to our students who are studying MBA that they want to do internship online there. For our generation of teachers, internship is only what is called hands-on approach there. Now we have to countenance a situation where internships are possible online also there. For instance, Tatas have recently launched TCS launched an important initiative of internship there. I reached directly our MBA students, asked them to check. There are 3 categories of internships there. So is internship online is as good an experience as offline, or are they comparable or not? So even the research guidance, the tools that are now available to all of us, are they giving same kind of satisfaction to all of us? These are challenges for a conservative traditional teacher like me, who is ready to change to the new situations there. But the challenge remains. As a Vice Chancellor, I need to take a view about these things. I'm happy that this webinar on open educational resources and research visualization tools for academic communities may arrive at certain markers in this area of in this era of digital learning there. And I particularly compliment the coordinator Bijayananda Pradhan and the main resource person Sandeep Kumar Pathak for taking this initiative. And I wish you all the best for successful completion of this. And I wish to see a faculty, not only my faculty here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving your valuable time. Dr. Sandeep. Dr. Sandeep, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Dr. Bijan.
So now over to you, Sandeep. Now we can start. So after your talk, 10 to 15 minutes, we'll have an interaction with our faculty members. So now you can start your session. Over to you, Dr. Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to share my PPT. You please confirm. Is it visible? Is my PPT visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So before I start, I'd like to give my sincere thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor I. Ramabrahmam, for giving me this opportunity. I also thank Librarian Dr. Bijayananda Pradhan for inviting me. So I guess Honorable Vice Chancellor has already said the that's for this presentation, because though he says he's traditional, but I guess he knows more than us. He has already talked about various, open educational resources, and he also talked about the visualization tool. So it is easy for me to start this presentation. So see, we all know this during this pandemic, situation. Many of students are not able to come in the campus, and then we are not faculty members are and research scholars are not able to go to the labs. So even I have seen during this situation also there are a lot of research publications, except of course those who are doing experimental research. Otherwise, in case of like IISER-Bhopal, I have seen lot of this research publications have come out. So as we know, many of the centrally funded technical institutions they have this coming semester in the online mode, and then we have the online education. So what I have seen is most of the centrally funded technical institutions, what they are doing at this moment, they are whatever e-books, whatever books they have prescribed, textbook in their syllabus, they are now trying to get those books in e-form, right? So what is the advantage? Students, that books will be available on their desktop, because e-books, we know they are multi-user and all those things. And also, because we know faculty members, they are very much busy in the teaching, they are very much busy, in the administrative work, and they are also, taking, doing research work. So it is the duty of the librarians and the research scholars to learn the new research, tools. Also, faculty member also need to learn what are the new research support tools, because this will save their time to do the quality research. And once they do the quality research, it will help to the society and it will make our nation stronger. So as I think Honorable Vice Chancellor already talked about Coursera. So like in IISER-Bhopal, we are already a part of Coursera. So our students are able to take the course, and there are, like he was talking about academic publishing and, research methodology. All those courses are available in Coursera. So I think I may talk to your librarian onwards after this talk. So he can also take an initiative, because I think they are free up to, I think, 30th September. So I think Central University of Odisha also can take an initiative. So those courses will be very beneficial for your students. He also talked about NPTEL. He also talked about SWAYAM. So I'll take all those things. Even there is a Sodh Ganga, Sodh Gangotri. Like when faculty member decide a problem for the scholars, PhD topic, how to decide, all those things I'll talk about this. And if we make more use of open educational resources, so this is how we can basically save the public money, because there are a lot of resources, but we are not making a use of those resources. Let me tell you frankly, because I closely follow these open educational resources, and I have seen this because many of them resources are not heavily used. For example, National Digital Library of India, it is not being used. A lot of money has been poured on this project, but it's not being used, heavily. Then I will also talk about research visualization tools. What are the, these tools? How, suppose we are doing research, putting a lot of hard work, but sometimes, these citations, how to increase the citations, we'll talk about this. And then what is the gold open access? Suppose I publish my article as open access journals and I pay for the gold open access. What are those things? And how to review articles? You must be knowing, if you write a review articles, we are likely to get more citations. So how to write all those things? And I'd like to also mention one thing. I personally feel this Twitter for this following the, for example, Nature Index. If you follow Nature Index on Twitter, you will get every day new article, and within like you are traveling or you're watching TV, you can just, by swapping, you can see the very good, articles on Twitter. So I always recommend, Twitter for academic updation. Within a few minutes, you will get to know what are the, because most of these journals, apart from the publisher, most of this like ACS Catalysis, ACS Advances in RSC, all those journals are having their own Twitter page. So whatever your research area, suppose you are working in synthesis or any other, say like thermodynamics, physics, if you follow those journals on Twitter, you will get to know the recent research, what is going on, correct? So with these words, I'm going to start my presentation. Am I audible, Dr. Vijay?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So before I start, it is my duty to talk about first what is scholarly communication. So whatever research we are doing, whatever, so we need to communicate, generally through articles, through journals, through conference proceeding, through books. So that is called a scholarly communication, which is, useful for the society. Now let us come to the scholarly publishing model. So as we know, there are two models, traditional model and open access model. If you see carefully, in traditional model, we know everybody, like, being an author, we'll submit our manuscript and then it will be peer review, whether it is a single blind or double blind, then it will be published by the publisher and then it will be circulated to it will be available for the subscriber institution. But if you see in this open access model, everything is same, but here, once you see carefully, here author has to pay, cost paid by the author. Now why author should pay? Author will pay in case of gold open access, because then this manuscript will be open right from the day one. So what is the advantage? If it is published in open access and it is a gold open access, that right from the day one, if it is making available to everybody, even you don't subscribe the journal, it will be available for everybody. So you will attract more citation because more people will read, right? He can easily, upload this article on, various social media, various other platforms. So people will read more, they will cite more. If they cite more, you will get more citation. If you get more citation, your H index will be higher, correct? And if your H index is higher, your institution H index will be higher. And then this will help you to get higher NIRF ranking. So see how things are related, correct? So let us first see what is open access model. Because I thought, immediately jumping to open educational resources, I thought let us first understand what are those things. So open access model, I think there are various open access model. There is a gold open access where, no subscription fee and author has to pay the article processing charges. Now question comes, how author means the research scholars are the faculty members. Now, I have seen in few institutions, there is a APC charge, is paid by the institution. For example, if you talk about TFR or IUCA or select RRI, Reman's Institute, or this IPR, where I was there, Institute of Plasma Research, Gandhinagar. Few of the institutions, 5% of the library budget is reserved for to pay the APC charges. But here the role of the librarian is very important. Any faculty member, like he has to pay APC charges, he has to request to the librarian, because librarian have a network with all the publishers. So he will make an official request to the publisher to waive off the APC charges. And let me tell you, in case of society publisher, the success ratio is more than 50%. So like your librarian write to the publisher to waive off the article processing charges, there are higher, the chances are very higher than your APC will get either 100% or up to the 50%. Even sometimes our faculty members, research work is going to publish on the cover page. We call cover story, right? That case charges are higher. So in that case also, if librarians write to the publishers, chances are there that these charges can be waived off. Okay. Now coming back to the green open access, hybrid open access, bronze open access, and platinum open access. So green open access, I think we all are aware of embargo, right? Embargo policy. For example, self-press journals, all the embargo period is over after 6 months time. So self-press, all the articles after 6 months time, they have become open access. Means anybody can access, anybody can download, anybody can share, but only with the students for academic purpose. So these are the various models. I'll share my PPT. So because I'll be a little faster because I have more number of slides and I have 1 hour time. So I'll try to cover as quick as possible. So what is open access educational resources? Basically, as we understand, we can easily, access, and there's having also the legal, there is no legal issue. Okay, that is what it's called open access educational resources. We know there are pirated sites. If you talk about articles, there is a Sci-Hub, but we Indians, we always feel it is pirated. We should not talk about this. But let me tell you, in foreign universities, when they are negotiating with the publisher, they say this much price you give. Otherwise, Sci-Hub is there. Okay. For example, PDF drive.net, lot of ebooks, PDF is available. But of course, those are the pirated sites. So let us not, talk about those things. So this is the all about the information landscape, and these are the various open access, free, and educational resources. So I'll talk about e-journals, e-book, patents. So these are the things. E-prints. E-prints are also a very important part of the. Now, as you see, DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journals, more than if you see here at right top, more than 14,600 journals are available. Right? See, we know our country economic situation, right? We do not expect much budget now onwards from the government. We will not be getting, the budget as we are getting. So how to manage, how to continue the research with the existing resources? I feel this is the duty of the also librarians to this. For example, these journals, he has to segregate subject-wise, and these subject-wise articles he or she has to make available on the library website. Okay, so once it is available on the library website, and he needs to keep pushing. Suppose library has a Twitter page or social media, he need to keep pushing those things by email to faculty members. So this is how these resources, because our Honorable Vice Chancellor was talking about what are the actual authentic educational resources. Let me tell you, I am talking about Directory of Open Access Journals. I talk about many other resources. They are highly peer-reviewed journals. There is not a single predatory journals in this platform. Okay, let me repeat you again. There is not a single predatory journal in Directory of Open Access Journal. Sometimes you may get one email, personal email from someone, for any predatory publisher. Please submit your article in this journal. And it is in this index in Directory of Open Access Journal. Many people, they will never give the link of DOAJ. And you will think, oh, there are 14,000 journals, it must be there. But it is my sincere request, because I have seen very good articles, they got published in predatory journals. Very good articles, and especially they target young buddy scholars, because they don't have much idea. So it is my sincere request to all the scholars, please take the advice of your faculty members. They are the right person to guide you. They are the right person to take, because we know UGC integrity guidelines, they are very serious. They are very, point to point. So it is my sincere request to be careful of predatory journal. I talk about all those things. So, and you see Directory of Open Access, that they are sponsored by big publishers. Okay. So this is all about the Directory of Open Access, journals. Then there are a lot of, I'll quickly finish because these slides I'm going to share with you. So you need not, worry about the links and all. There are a lot of links I have given. So these are the open access journals from various sources. There is a bio online for biological sciences people, PubMed, many of you must be using. There is a NISCARE online periodical repository, ABC chemistry. So there are a lot of articles. Again, this is a DOAJ. Then UNESCO is also having UNESCO open access publication, right? Like we know NCERT, right? NCERT, all these books are available, in online version. So like if you are having any schools and all, so it is a duty of the school librarian to make available all those things on their website. So UNESCO is also, if you go to there is a search open access publication. Right, this link also can be given on the website. For example, if you just say library, there are a lot of articles, you see lot of books, articles, periodicals, they are available, right? So it is a duty, and as again I say, they are all the authentic sources, right? Then there is a open access journals, the website. Here also you'll get lot of literature, Indian open journals. I think those who are listening me, they are from the basic science, they know Indian Academy of Sciences, they are the learned, very highly reputed journals. Their impact factor is more than 10. So IAS is very highly NISCARE, CSI NISCARE journals, Indian Council of Medical Research, INSA, Indian National Science. They have 3 journals. They are highly reputed journals, right? So these are the things we need to make a use of this, for our research. Then there is a directory of this DOAB, Directory of Open Access Books. See, I talked about DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journal. Now this is DOAB, Directory of Open Access Book, right? So here also you will see a lot of, open access books are available on this platform. There is one more project, Gutenberg. Here more than 60,000 ebooks are there. And I think NDLI, National Digital Library of India, There are two big projects are available, ebooks. I think South Asia Archives and this e-library. So government has put, spent a lot of money to buy those books, and those books are especially very useful for those who are working in social science, right? So I think your librarian can help you. And NDLI, they are just available open access. Only you need to once log in. Why login is there in NDLI? Because they need to have a counting, because it's a public money and they need to keep a counting of all those resources, correct? These are the, again, open access ebooks is there. I was talking about this PDF, and then this get ebook. So there are a lot of sites are available. DOEB, lot of ebooks are available. Then there is a one more open textbooks library. Okay, open textbook library is also very popular. You please make a use of this. See, there is a search button, right? You just say there is a this link I have given, open.umndd. Other, you just go to the Google open textbook library. By seeing this logo, you will identify. For example, you just give here, for example, say physics or any this particular set of book will come, and if you click on the PDF, these books will be get downloaded. Okay. Then there is a one more Hathi Trust. Hathi Trust is also a very open educational resources site. Then there is this Gutenberg. I remember this Carnegie Mellon University. I remember when I was doing my PhD at Pune University, they got a big grant from this Carnegie Mellon project. So it is up to you how make a use of this. Then there is a lot of bibliographic databases are also available. Chem Synthesis, those who are working in chemistry, Chem Spider, Indian Science Abstract, PubMed, InMed. Okay, so these are the what you can do. Your librarian can take a orientation classes or webinar on this time to time on these bibliographic databases, especially for young buddy scholars. So those will be very useful. Now let us talk about open access electronic thesis and dissertation. So even I ask my faculty members, how you decide the this how you know the this how you talk about how you decide the problem for a particular your students about the PhD, and they are also not sure about because they also say generally what research work they have done based on that or something. So that case I always suggest you go to the Soth Gangotri and see what work has been done over there, especially synopsis and research work is available there. ProQuest database also help for this. So let us talk about this electronic thesis and dissertation. There is a Soth Ganga, there is a NDLTD. Then so these are the sources are for the electronic thesis, and they all are the authentic one. Okay, these are the worldwide ETD repository. Now let me tell you what is the use of this. So when you are going to do any dissertation work, are going to do a PhD, so you have to do a lot of literature search, right? So when you are doing the literature search, you can also see what are the work has already been done. So one of the best way is Soth Ganga, right? But apart from the Soth Ganga, also IITs, IISERs, I think they are not still part of this Soth Ganga. And then worldwide ETD repositories also you can go and see whether somebody has worked on those things. So your work will not get repeated. So these are the various resources you can make use of this. Now let us come to this talk about Google services for academic and research purposes. So there are the link for Google Books. I think lot of Google Books are available. Google Scholars is there. Then Google Scholar, I think everybody knows. I talk about this in visualization tools, and it is, I think all the scholars should have their ID. We should have a Google Scholar ID. Then Google Patent Search. So it is the duty of the even librarians to tell in the webinar what are the patent, what is the importance of patent, what are the copyright laws, and then Google database search. Now let us come to the open access directories. So there are open access directories like Open DOR, then repository. So there are a lot of sites are there where you will get a lot of research materials. Then if you talk about patent database, then there is a free patent, online Google patents, Indian patent search. These are the very helpful for the faculty members, right? So it is the duty of our librarians to provide all those information to the faculty members on time. Then let us talk about open access subject gateways. So like ChemDesk is very useful for chemistry researchers. ChemWeb, Indian Bioscience.org is very helpful for the scholars working in biological sciences. So these are the lot of resources are there. Open education courseware, like Honorable Vice Chancellor was talking about NPTEL. If you know NPTEL is also organizing, this regional wise webinar. So like if you write to the NPTEL, they will organize a workshop for your scholars. NPTEL is also now courses like Swayam platform. You can also do course on the NPTEL platform. Okay, and there are a lot of good resources are available. You can download. Earlier they used to be only in CD format, right? 50-100 rupees and all. But now all this data, because these are the designed by all the IITs and IISc together. They are also available on YouTube channel. So NPTEL are you download any good video and keep seeing offline. So they are very helpful, like introduction to C, C++, programming languages, other subject, materials, data science. So NPTEL courses are very helpful for, and these courses are designed by all the faculty members. They are expert in subject. So it is my sincere request to make a best use of these NPTEL courses. So there is a MIT course where I have personally visited this lab. They are doing a wonderful job. There are a lot of very good open access. So we say that MOOC and this NPTEL and Swayam, they are the Indian version of all those things. Then open online learning tools, like sir was talking about Coursera. So in IISER-Bhopal, we have registered with Coursera, and most of our students, because they are sitting at home, so many of and you can opt for more than one course, and you need not pay for these courses. Okay, so these are the advantage of this thing registering on this. So there is a lot of resources. Udemy is there. Okay, so these are the things. That research network. This is very important. I talked about in detail ResearchGate, Mendeley. These are the reference management softwares, Mendeley, Zotero, and these are the open source. Like you are writing a research manuscript. So in last of the manuscript part, you have to write like lot of references. So if you have a Mendeley online library, you get data exported from this Google Scholar or DOAJ or NDLI, assemble, organize all those things in Mendeley, and then when you are writing a paper in last of when you want to fetch the references, you can take from the Mendeley. So what is the advantage? Suppose you have 20 references and you have submitted your paper to for the IEEE journal, IEEE access, and suppose your paper get rejected, right? So you have organized all those references as per the IEEE style. Now you are going to, for example, submit to the MPG, National Publishing Nature Publishing Group Journal. So within a seconds you can change the style. There is an option Mendeley. You just select Nature style, and automatically your references will get changed. So these are the advantage of reference management tools. Okay, so there are many IRNS and all. I talk about all those things. So this is the reference management system where we can organize the resources and we can use when you are making a giving a reference list in the last. So there is this is a site for the Zotero, then there is a Mendeley. These are all the open access reference management tools. Then there is a EndNote also. So EndNote comes with the Web of Science. So if you are getting access to Web of Science, you can access to EndNote, but separately also you can buy EndNote software. APC, I think I already talked about this APC, article processing charges. So if you have any question related to these things, you please write down in your you write down the question. So I'll be happy to answer once this is over. Okay, this presentation is over. Then ResearchGate. So ResearchGate, it is by the scientists, for the scientists, and it is very helpful for the academicians. And here only I tell our scholar they should not upload their research, their full text of their paper on the ResearchGate, because they need to make sure whether it is allowed in the Sherpa guideline. Now let us talk about some of the initiatives taken by the MHRD. First is regarding audio video content. So NPTEL I think already talked about. NPTEL you can also do a certificate course, right? So you can explore this. Then there is a so Swayam. I think Swayam also, because the recent UGC has again given an office order, they circular that we used to have 1 week, 2 week refresher course. So now they are equivalent to that. So they are generally Swayam, they are 6-month course, but they are, every week they will release one, assignment, one topic, and then one few videos will be there. Then, there will be assignments, one video tutorial will be there, then assignment will be there. Like that, you have to do for 15, 20, 25 tutorials, and then there will be online exam after 6 months, right? There will be some fee. So these certificates are equivalent to the, this refresher. So I think you all should have at least 1 year, 2 or 3 Swayam courses as per your choice. So there is a course catalog. You can go and search as per your choice. Okay, then there is a Swayamprava. I think we all know there are 32 DTS channels and they are being repeated. And these are provided by NPTEL, IITs, then UGC and all those supported by this thing. Then let us talk about electronic contents, access, e-journals, e-books, e-databases. So NDLI, I really, lot of money has been spent on National Digital Library of India, because I was in IIT Kharagpur for almost 6 years. And I have seen this, people are not making a use of NDLI. I am surprised why, because if you see there are a lot of more than, lot of content is available. There is a login button. So don't confuse with the login. You just need to give 2 or 3 details, your full name, email ID, that's it. And you will enter into this. Login is just for the counting purpose, right? So you will get lot of old question papers, lot of e-books, e-journal articles, but of course the open access, not the subscribed version. Then there is the e-PG Pathsala. Okay, this is the initiative taken by MHRD under the NME National Mission on Education, ICT, being executed by the UGC. So there are content for the 70 subjects available. Okay. PG means only for the, basically it is for the postgraduate levels. Okay. Then there is a Sodh Ganga. I think we all know about the Sodh Ganga. Okay. You can download any PhD thesis, but let me tell you very frankly, because it is not a part of my talk to talk about this plagiarism. But let me tell you, if you take any data from the internet, it is your duty to give proper citation, reference, give proper, to give the referencing in article. Otherwise, it will lead to the plagiarism. And there is specific guidelines by the UGC, and you will end up in a problem. So you please be in touch with your librarian, take his advice, and your faculty members, they will tell you about these things in detail. There is a Sodh Gangotri I was talking about. See, this is a reservoir. Okay, this is a reservoir for the synopsis and research proposal. So when you want to research proposal or synopsis, you will get some idea. So you will go here, you will get some synopsis. But let me tell you, this database is not updated as on. Like Sodh Ganga is updated regularly, but Sodh Gangotri I am not sure how frequent it is being updated. Now there is a e-source Sindhu. This is like consortia. So it is the duty of the CFTA institutions to be a part of this consortia. So you get access to many of the resources, and we need not pay on this. Now let us talk about e-learning platforms. So virtual labs. So this is an initiative of MHRD under the National Mission on Education through ICT. Okay. So what is the objective of this? To remote access to the labs in various disciplines of science engineering. Okay. So please see this in detail. Okay. Then there is a view. This is developed by Amrita University in collaboration with the MHRD, and it is funded by NME ICT MHRD, right? So it is supported by IIT Bombay also. And then there is a e-Antra. It is sponsored by MHRD. So this also you will get a hand-on session on experience on embedded system. Correct. Then there is a e-Kalpa. So project on creating digital learning environment for design. It is also called as a e-Kalpa. Then research analysis. So IRNS I talked about in my coming slide. Vidwan database. So let me tell you, faculty members, those who are hearing me, senior faculty members, please be a part of this Vidwan database. Please submit your profile. So what is the advantage? Those who are the young buddy scholars, they are looking to do a PhD, want to do research, they will come to know about you. They will see what area you are working, and then they will contact you. And this is how they can become your PhD students. So, I think we talked about this Urkund software to check the plagiarism, because UGC has made a guidelines, right? Research integrity, there are level 0, 1, 2, 3, and these guidelines are there. Now, So it was the duty of the UGC to also provide a anti-plagiarism software. So they have provided Orkun software. So it is being provided to all the universities and colleges, government university, government colleges. But let me talk about this Orkun one. I think you must be using this. Once you upload any manuscript in Orkun, it is get deposited by default. Okay, and suppose only who can delete? Your nodal person, like who is your Orkun nodal person, only he or she can delete. But even he or she delete, still somewhere it is deposited in the Orkun repository. So please be very careful when you are checking your manuscript in Orkun. Okay, you check only when it is perfect in order. Like Turnitin, we upload number of times and we delete because it never gets saved anywhere. But in case of Orkun, it goes in their record. So you need to be very careful when you are uploading, checking your manuscript in Orkun. Okay. Then these are the resources are being provided by into researchers by in COVID situation by various publishers. Few of them have already now they are revoked. They are not providing, but still many of them are. So this kind of information may be uploaded on the library website. Then let's talk about this open access e-print archives. I am a big fan of this e-print archives. So there is a talk about archives, chemical science, chem archives. There are a lot of resources are available. So let us first understand what is preprint. So see, when we submit any article to journal, it takes 3 to 6 months time. So by that time, if you upload or before submitting any article to any journal, you can also upload on preprint servers, okay, and also on the so you will get a feedback where you can improve upon, and then you correct it and submit your paper to the journal. And in this process, you need not worry, like somebody will take your idea. If you submit a paper to preprint server, you will get one number, and that is illegal. Even that case, somebody take your idea, you are on the safe side. Okay, so this is the flow of the preprint. Now you see there is a tweet from one of our faculty members. New preprints from the lab describing structure, function, correlation in a chapter 1. Comments welcome. So what she did, Dr. Ishu, she uploaded a paper, on one of the this bioarchives. This is a preprint server, bioarchives, and then she says comment welcome. And if you click here, you will get a full text article. So this is how they improve their paper. So she has uploaded her paper, and see other co-authors are also in loop at the rate Tulsi Upadhyay, at the rate Devkar. So they are also in loop. So they are welcoming comments. Now she will get very good if she get good advice, feedback, and she will improve her paper, and it will then publish. So see, if you submit immediately, an editor will say you do this correction, that do correction. Instead of that, you just upload on the any preprint servers, and somebody will give a feedback. You accordingly you update your paper, and then you publish, right? So these are the advantage of preprint servers. Okay. Now, so these are the preprint server. Archive.org is very popular. I was in Ayuka. I know they are making a physics community. Let me tell you, very active, and they are making a best use of these preprint servers. So there is apart from the physics, they also for mathematics and computer science. Then there is a open science framework platforms like agriculture, agri archive for agriculture, earth archives, educational archives, engineering archives. Indian, I think India Archive. This has been recently launched for the Indian preprints. Then for library science people also there is a psychological archive, social science archives. Then publisher-driven preprint servers. Okay, publishers are supporting like bioarchive. It is supported by Cold Spring, Harvard Laboratory. Then there is a BMJ, British Medical, and this Med Archive, medical. Then preprint supported by professional associations. Like see, this is supported by RSC and ACS, Chem Archives. This is very helpful for the chemistry people. So you will get, suppose why I'm showing you all these preprint servers. If you are not able to subscribe ACS journals or RSC journals, you will get many of their articles on these servers. They may not be the final published version, but there is a hardly difference of 1%. Now people ask me whether they can cite Whether they can cite these preprints? Yes. If you are going through any preprints, in the reference section, you can cite this preprint. Okay. Now there is a tech archive, then professional volunteer institution driven preprint servers like Repack. So these are the various servers. If your Pop print is there, then Inspire. Then there is a multidisciplinary preprint server. I was talking about the subject like agriculture, biomedical. Now there are few preprint servers. We are having a multiple disciplinary server. Like if you see, this is a preprint.org. Here you will get for art and humanities, biology, chemistry, life sciences. So here you can search by selecting the particular subject category. Okay. Then aggregators and discovery. So what we should do, what we can do is your librarians can make all those links on the library website, and all this preprint server can be integrated at one single search. Now you see this osf.io. Here all those these preprint servers have been aggregated. All their content is available on the single platform. Okay. Then there is this University of Pittsburgh. So all those they have given such kind of I was talking about the search engine where they can go and search. Then this is the Sherpa guidelines. I was talking about the ResearchGate. So it tells you the publishers guideline, whether you can upload their articles on their institutional repository, intranet, internet, all those things. These guidelines will tell you. Okay. Now this is the second part of my time. I'll try to finish my presentation in say like 15 minutes time. So this is not talking about the researchers visualization tools. I'll talk about ORCID ID and IRN Scopus, all those things. Why? Because see, we do lot of hard work to publish to do a research work, and then publishing takes some time. Now it is but we feel sometimes there are no citations, and suppose you are on research dissertation work, how to integrate with ORCID ID for the female scientist. Suppose their name get changed later on, so how to integrate their on previous publications and new publications on single ID. We call data mining. So all those things I am going to talk about here. So this is the ORCID ID. So like we all are having an Aadhaar ID, right? Same time I say that all the researchers should have ORCID ID, right? If you should have a ORCID ID, so that is your identity. That will tell you how many papers you are having. And if you are having an ORCID ID, all your papers will automatically reflect in Scopus and Web of Science. Condition if they are indexed, those journals are indexed by the Scopus and Web of Science. Now question comes how to populate ORCID ID. So if you say like open ORCID ID, you need to just go and register. It will take 1 minute time. Once you register, you can see your ORCID ID, correct? You can also generate a QR code for your ORCID ID. If you might have seen many of the scholars, email below the signature, they put their QR code. Correct? So if you go to works there, research works, there is an option add work. Once you generate your ORCID ID, correct? Once you generate your ORCID ID, there is add work. So you can also add by giving the DOI, digital object identifier. You can also add by searching your articles in other databases, or you can also add manually. Okay, you can also add manually. Okay, so you just go to the add work, just give the DOI, and here you will add, and your article will be added. You can also add manually. You need to give the title, author, publisher, whatever details you are having, and just say add. Your paper will be submitted. Then IRINS, this is the project of MHRD. Responsibility was given to the Implement Center. What is the IRINS? Indian Research Information Network System. Okay, so this responsibility has been given to the Implement Center Ahmedabad and with the Central University of Punjab. So what you have to do, like if you want to have your own public, you just talk to Implement person. So, for example, like IISER-Bhopal is a part of IRINS, so IRINS.iserb.ac.in. So, what will happen? So, let us talk about IRINS. This is a web-based research information system developed by the Implement Center Ahmedabad. So, advantage for the research scholar to get the mentors who can guide him or her for research, and for faculty members to showcase their research work, and for the research administrator to get the research data. Correct? So what are the IRN's key features? Discovery, one can discover what are the papers are there, then API, visualization, right? more and more research, so networking of faculty through co-author network, right? And then graphical representation of the, from where, suppose you have a 6 author from different countries, so it will show you in graphical representation. Okay, so what are the, like, I can give the example of IIT Chennai. They are the first institution in India to implement IRINS. You see their number of publications, professor, all those data, number of resources, right? And if you click on any particular faculty member, you will get a data. Like for this particular faculty member, Professor James, you can see how many publication, conference proceeding, what is his citations, H-index, and cross-ref citations, who are these co-authors, similar papers, experience, so complete ARCID ID. So this is how, you get complete data, and then see his co-authors, so he is doing, and this year-wise publication. So these are the advantage. This is a one more wisdom.ai. Suppose you want to see check your publications. Suppose you don't have access to, Scopus or Web of Science. So this is just a funny site. Only there is a margin error of 15%. So you can use this site as a fun, but not for the official purpose. Then there are various citation analysis tools like Scopus, Web of Science, Indian Citation Index, and Google Scholar. Scopus, I think we know it is a product of elsewhere. There is an author feedback wizard, where you can update your profile, and then you can change the information as per you want. So you can add your papers from ARCID ID to Scopus ID. Okay, so you can give your last name, first name, affiliation, and ARCID ID. The moment you give ARCID ID, your all publication will automatically get connected with the Scopus, and they will start reflecting. Okay, now if, for example, this one faculty, our Professor Saptarshi Mukherjee, he is having a 68 document, his H-index is 26, right? Now you see, once you click, you can see the overall his year-wise his publications, then how many citations. So see, for recent article there are no citation, because citation is a it process takes time. The older get your publication, you are likely to get more citation. Okay, and this is how you can connect your profile with the ARCID ID. Correct. There is also one software, SWAYAM. It is also very useful. It gives you ready-made statistics for I think many of the institutions at this moment, they are filling MOU with MHRD, right? So we have to provide lot of data there, right? Publication index, publication quality, all those data, you will get in seconds by using SWAYAM. But of course, this is a commercial one. But I thought just to say a few lines on this. Web of Science, I think those who are the CFTA institutions, centrally funded technical institutions, getting access from the complementary access from the eSource Sindhu, we need not pay for it. Okay, so in this Web of Science database, we can of course we can check the any faculty publication, the H-index, citations, all those details. There is also link for EndNote, right? When you go to the Web of Science main page, right, there is a link for you see and top, right? Can you see there is a link for EndNote? So you can use this EndNote. So here is a Pablon ID, like as elsewhere Scopus they use ARCID ID, here is a Pablon, but here also they accept the ARCID ID. Okay, so there is not an issue. Then this is EndNote for reference management softwares. This is how you can. These are the databases are there in the Web of Science. So there are 11 databases, but what we are getting through eSource Sindhu, there are only these 5 databases. Okay, this is how you can search the things. If you want to see search journal, you want to see search your journal, you can search by using this option. So this is how, like Scopus, here also you can make various statistics, graphical for any faculty members. Now coming to the Google Scholar, I think if you have Google ID, you can open your Google Scholar, and I tell our scholar that all the scholars should have a Google Scholar ID. What is the advantage of Google Scholar ID? If you have a Google Scholar ID, you will see what are the citations, total number of citations you have, what are the total your H-index, what is, so this is how you get to know your terms. If you want to delete any paper, suppose this is my 9th paper, you just click here and you can delete. If you want to add any paper, you can go and add your paper. Okay, so this is how you can do the things accordingly. Okay, if you want to follow the author, you can follow. If you want to follow any other faculty members, you can follow. There is a C option for Google Scholar. You can follow any particular, like this Saptarshi Mukherjee. I am following. Your case, it will come say follow. So you just click here, you can follow. What is the advantage? Whenever he will write, it will ask you what you want to follow, his publication, his citations, all those things. Once you start following, you will get alert whenever you get a published article. Or what we do as a librarian, whenever we get alert, we upload his paper in the institutional repository, and same will be forward to that faculty member, and we congratulate. Dear Professor Mukherjee, we congratulate you for you having this new research publication, and this paper has been uploaded in the repository. So, these faculty members, they feel happy, that, our librarians are following up, tracking. So in case they also need anything, they, immediately remember, yes, we need to. And see, these are the highest citation subject, like physical review letters. You will see who is the top publication in this journal. Okay. So these are the days also you can provide to your faculty members. There is one more is Indian Citation Index, right? So Indian Citation Index, actually 1100 Indian journals have been indexed. So what is the advantage of Indian citation this index? Like, what if you want to see the publication of your institution in Indian journals, that case the database is very helpful. Like, I could see only one paper of our institution in Indian, this IISER-Bhopal, only one publication is there in this Indian. So this is how you can see the this article. Then there is one more Microsoft Academic. Now you see, there is a Google Scholar, there is a Scopus, there is a Web of Science, there is a Microsoft Academic. Google Scholar and Microsoft Academic, they are open access, citation tools. In case of Google Scholar, you need to create your profile. In case of Microsoft Academic, your profile is automatically get created. Okay, it is there by default, but you will see many of your articles are not there. So you can go and add manually. Okay. This is there also, lot of articles are there, go. So you can also download from here. So this is also a good site, Microsoft Academic. Then there is a UGC Care. So I think we tell our scholars, generally they ask us, sir, how to know the predatory, publishers, how to get rid of this predatory journals. So we always tell, whatever journals are indexed by Scopus or Web of Science, or they are listed in the UGC approved list. So if you go click here at UGC approved list, you will see there is a UGC Care list 1 and 2. So one of the group journals indexed by Scopus and Web of Science there. Another group, those journals are not included by Scopus and Web of Science, but they fulfill the parameters of the UGC Care list. Okay. Suppose you want to search any particular journal here. So you need to first log in. So you can search by author, title, publisher, title, ISSN number, publisher, like you can search. You need to first create your login and then you can search. So suppose I have given here Indian. Okay. The moment I have given here Indian, 62 journals are there. Suppose I want to view this journal, particular journal, I just click here, this details will come. I click on this link, this detail will come. Okay. And then I can publish it. So this is how you will get to know what are the journals are included in the UGC list. Okay. And suppose you want to recommend your university journal to be indexed in UGC Care list, there is a form, you fill it and you can send them by email. Okay. So this is how your university journal can be a part of the UGC Care list. Now let us talk to the SWAYAM. I think our Honorable Vice Chancellor was talking about SWAYAM. So this is a very, it is a program initiated by Government of India. So this is very helpful, especially during pandemic situation. We are not able to go to our offices, our lab. So sitting at home, we can do this refresher course online. So what is the advantage? We need not go to any university. We need not take leave. We need not spend, this much time. So, and these are the official, this thing recognized by UGC. These are supported. See, SWAYAM courses are by IISER, NPTEL, UGC, NCERT. So I recommend even for faculty members also, they should do at least 1 year too, because they are also recognized in APAR and everywhere, and scholars also, it is. So what you have to do, SWAYAM, you just click on the sign in button. Okay, you will get this list, and then you can also log in by Google. Okay, once you get login, you click here, you will see your courses. What are the courses you already log in? Okay, and then once you log in, you will see these courses. This will be like this: week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there will be week 1 tutorials, and then there will be one assignment. Okay, this will come one by one every week. Okay, so you need to spend hardly some time for this, and then when result comes, your result will come assignment, work 2, 3, and finally your result will come like this. So everything will be online, correct? Then this is how you can search and you can be a part of this. You just search here. Suppose you are a student of management. You want to do course in management in Swayam. You just search here management. All management course will come, right? And then like I have given here law. So all law courses are, if you want to join here, just click on join and you can be a part of this course. Okay. ResearchGate, I think I already talked about this ResearchGate. This is also comes for visualization. And once you have profile in ResearchGate, you can see what are the people working in your area, and you can also follow those people are working in your area. Automatically it will show, and you can see what are their recent publications. Like this, you are faculty members, you can see them, and then their profile you can follow. What are the number of citations they have, all those things. So I conclude my talk saying that these are the it is the time has come. We all, yes, research scholars and faculty members need to learn what are the research support tools, and librarian need to learn what are the research support tool services. And it is the duty of the librarians to provide these services to the users, as we have a fourth law of the library science, save of the time of the user, right? So this is how we need to populate our library website. We need to analyze the data, like where our faculty members are publishing the journals, which are the top publishers, right? And then what are the our year-wise publication, our H index, and what are the citations, most cited faculty members of our institution, top 10 authors. Like that, if we keep sending the information, our newsletter, so faculty members will get motivated. And if you are having a library newsletter, they can have a open educational resources list, time to time can circulate, also upload on the website. So this will be helpful for the research scholar. And also we librarians and library need to organize lot of webinars about how to use Jotero, Mendeley, and all those things. So this will be really helpful for our academic community. And I would like to acknowledge I have used many resources from MHRD implement website. So I'd like to acknowledge all those things. And with these words, I thank you once again, Central University of Odisha and my friend Dr. Vijay for giving me this opportunity to share my views. And now I think session is open for question answer. Yes, over to you, Dr. Vijay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sandeep. If anybody want to ask any questions, kindly ask your question here. Dr. Panda sir, you want to ask something, I think.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yes, Debra sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir, for this nice presentation. And I have one thing, sir. Kindly suggest how to overcome that APC waiver. Many good journals have lot of money for APC.
Okay.
So how to overcome that issue, sir?
Yeah, it's a very good question actually. Let me first tell other people why you have to pay APC. See, when you want to publish your article in any open access journal, right, you have to pay APC, especially when you want to make it as a gold open access journal. I remember, Panda sir, there was one publisher, RSC, Royal Society of Chemistry. I think our librarian must be knowing Vijay, that they used to give 25 tokens for open access publishing. So suppose you want to publish an article, they can make a use of that coupon, and then you can publish your articles that way. That was the only publishers which used to give this open access. You may consider as a token for APC. So how to get waive of APC, sir? Their librarian role is very important. What you can do, sir, if you write directly to the publisher, they may not respond you, right? So you have to write through, you have to request to the librarian whenever they will send one email to you, right? That you have to pay this much charges, like say $650 or $800. So you forward that email to the librarian and you just say that, dear librarian, that we are not able to pay this because our institute do not support APC, institute do not have this kind of funding. So can you kindly help us to waive off these charges? So what librarian will do? They know all the publishers. So librarian will write to the publisher that dear, because they know even by name and all. So they'll say like, dear, this is this. I am librarian. I am from the Central Library, Central University of Odisha. and there is a, if you by seeing the trailing email, you see that one of our faculty member article got published in this journal this. I sincerely, since he is not able to make the he is not in position to pay this APC charges, can you kindly waive off? Let me tell you, sir, if it is a society publisher, there are chances more than 50% that your publication APC will get waived off. This is my experience, my success story says. But
Sir.
in case it is a commercial publisher, they are likely to get reduced by 40 to 50%. Now, one more thing I'd like to tell you: every publisher, they have a waiver, APC waiver policy. If you see carefully, every publisher, they have a waiver policy. So let us take advantage of those waiver policy. Number two, like in a case of IISER-Bhopal, we spend big amount for subscribing these resources. But as concerned of APC, whether we are subscribing or not, APC charges are same. So I think librarian can play a bigger role here, sir, to save the APC charges, and this is how we can save the public money also. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Pathak, I want to add something.
Sir, good afternoon. I'm a PhD scholar at the Department of Biodiversity and Conservation of Natural Resources. My name is Sandeep Pathak. So I want to ask a question that mostly I use the PubMed database for searching articles or relevant kind of literature for from the biology background, of course. So is it enough? I mean, this particular database called PubMed, is it enough to search for articles related to biology?
I will not say it is enough. PubMed is a very good tool, and I think you are going on the right track. But I will not say it is enough. See, you are research scholar. Your research guide, your faculty member is the right person to tell you. Suppose he asks you to get some data. I'll say like chemical biology. Okay. Suppose you go to your faculty member, you just say, sir, this is the literature I search by using the PubMed, right? Or any other thing. And he is not, satisfied. That case, there are many other sources. For example, let me tell you, if you go to like Web of Science database, PubMed is also a part of this, right? If you see there carefully. So PubMed has some limitations, right? So that case, you may also explore the other databases. I'll be sharing my PPT slide with our librarian. So you can check there. There are other resources also, bibliographic database also for the biological sciences. So don't be, think that one database is always enough. Because you should always explore to get more and more information. And you can also follow PubMed on the Twitter. They have a presence on there. So this is how you'll get there the new submissions.
All right, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Dr. Sandeep.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Panda's questions, I want to add something.
Yes.
If you are not subscribing any Elsevier journal, suppose, whether they will allow us to waive off the APC charges?
Yes, that is what I said. Ki APC charges are same for like say, for example, say IOP, Institute of Physics. They have a 50% discount for all the Indian authors. It doesn't matter whether their parent institution is a subscriber or not. So it doesn't make any sense whether you subscribe or not. But of course, if you are subscribing, because what is the problem with librarians? We are dealing with a sales guide. So many cases, if librarians are not proactive, they may not be knowing the right person. But let me make very valid point that all the big publishers, they have presence in India. You take any name, CUP, IOP, YLA, elsewhere, all they have a head office in India. So you write to them, they will guide you the right person. But sometimes if salesperson you feel you are not happy, as I says, every publisher is having their waiver policy. So in waiver policy, there is one email address also. So you write an email directly to them. I think it makes a sense. And I think I can also help you once this talk is over, because we have a lot of success stories in IISER-Bhopal. And our institute also support, even not in IISER-Bhopal, but many institutions, they have a rule, like whenever you want to pay APC charges, it is routed through library, like many of the DA institutions and, IPR and all. So this is how, we can explore this possibility, how we can waive off the APC charges. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I think
Bijayananda. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Bijayananda.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Bijayananda, I would like to ask a question to Dr. Pathak. Dr.
Yes,
Pathak, it is nice, very good presentation on open educational resources. I must thank you. I have a question relating to, I have two things. First is relating to Turnitin news. Now in our university, we have made Turnitin news compulsory for MPhil and PhD scholars. But we find very common things such as off, et al. All these are coming, which I don't think any. Is there anything to ward of this? For example, our librarian has kept 7 words a constant. So, what are the general principle for Turnitin? Because it brings a lot of problem. Orkund and Turnitin, there is a factor difference, 10 times difference. So, how to overcome this? Is there any specific line so that we researchers and our students can be really benefited? This is my question.
Thank you for asking this question, sir. I recently wrote a research paper on comparative study of Turnitin and Urkund. So
Yes.
even I can talk on this topic for 1 hour, but I will just talk in nutshell. You have rightly pointed out that there is a drastic difference between the Turnitin and Urkund. Let me tell you, Urkund has come just because it was L1 in the global tender. Otherwise, Urkund has a lot of limitations. I'll give you an example. So generally people will tell me, sir, why I should, whether you should do Turnitin or Urkund. I say, if you are going to submit a thesis to university, then you should use a Urkund, because the other person will check your thesis in the Urkund. But if you are going to write a research paper, if you are going to submit a research paper to any publisher, that case you should check your manuscript by using the Turnitin. Now, if you check the sir one same manuscript in Turnitin and Urkund will show you only 20%, but Turnitin will show you 35%. Why? Because Turnitin backend library is very strong. Now, question comes, if you buy both the software, now UGC is giving free. But earlier when Urkund was purchasable 2 years back, their cost was around, I think, 1 lakh rupees, and Turnitin cost from, I think, $3,000, $4,000 to $10,000, depend on the size of the institution. So why it is expensive? Because this commercial software, they also need to pay to the publisher when they scroll their query. Suppose, actually, what is the mechanism of these softwares? When we submit any manuscript, these softwares go through the all servers. Every publisher is having their servers and mirror servers. So this actually query goes through the mirror server. So it scroll the data, comes back, and generally takes 5 to 10 minutes time. So that is the reason it takes time. So what is the drawback of Urkund? It without taking the permission of the author, it submit in their repository. So what is the drawback? Suppose like there is a student of Amita. Once she checked her manuscript in the Urkund, it says 30%. Next time when she will check, it will show 100%. Now
That happens. Yes.
She will be very much worried. What has happened? Why it is showing me 100%? Because it gets saved in the repository. Now, for example, say like Sharat sir is the nodal person for Urkund, right? Now, every research scholar has to request to Sharat sir, sir, kindly can you delete this paper from the Urkund repository? So that nodal officer will get fed up with such request, and because everybody will want that it should be deleted within a second, within a minute, within a 2 minutes. So it is a big headache. I asked this Urkund guy that why this option is there. They said it was a part of the tender. When you ask them to show the copy of the tender, they are not able to show this. So I personally feel this is a major drawback of the Urkund, that they are saving this paper, saving this article copy or manuscript copy in the Urkund repository without the consent of the research scholar or the faculty member. Now, when you ask Urkund person, they say no, because faculty member want to see how much copy this similarity was there in the paper. I said even when faculty members are checking themselves their copy similarity, then why you are not allowing them to delete? They have no answer. So let me tell you that whenever you have a time to give feedback to the Infinite Center, you should always say that this option should be removed. Urkund cannot save this manuscript without the consent of the, like you see in Turnitin, there is the option whether you want to save in repository, yes or no. If you don't save, it will not get saved in the repository of the Turnitin. So that feature is not there in the Urkund. Okay, so this is the, I feel, sir, major drawbacks. I think I'm happy that you are going. So like in our case, sir, we have a both software, Urkund and Turnitin. When I organize a Urkund this webinar, not a one single person has turned out, because they know Turnitin, they are doing very well, they are happy with this. So because the Urkund has been given us by the MHRD. Now, it was initially for 1 year, Urkund. I heard they are going to renew it for 2nd year. And they say they have got it. I don't remember in my case whether I have received any feedback link whether we should renew. But if you ask to universities or colleges, whether they want to renew. Of course, they will say yes, because they don't have a choice. They don't have other option. Like you and me can afford buying a Turnitin software. But that case, they have no choice. So of course, they will say yes, you may go ahead with the Turnitin. So this is my submission. I hope, sir, I could answer your query. Or if you
yes. Very nicely you have answered, but our problem is there a standard, should not be a standard procedure for researchers? For example, in our university, both the softwares are there. Students and guide are in confusion whether we should go for Turnitin or Urkund. Urkund is easier. But now when Turnitin is there, we are asking that you go for Turnitin. So it becomes a difficulty. So there must be a standard procedure.
I differ with you here that Urkund is not easier, because Urkund has one, it looks easier, but it's complicated. Once is the manuscript gets submitted, another, sir, like I'll give the example of, I think, IISER Kolkata. They have made it Urkund, I think, as the first preference. So those universities are there. I think you have to go, in case of, this PhD thesis, I think you have to use the Urkund only. I think as far as the policy concerned, because we are the, of course, you are in the CFTI institution, so not a compulsion, but state universities and all, they have to use Urkund only. So it is your choice, sir. You are being autonomous institution, you can choice, you can decide what software has to be, used. But we don't have a written thing, but everybody use here Turnitin. In case of IISER Kolkata, I think they give preference to the Urkund. And state universities and colleges, they use Urkund, because they have no choice, but they have to use this Urkund software. But I'd like to add one more thing here, sir. This option has been recently now Urkund also and Turnitin. Turnitin also, your self-citation you can exclude. I think you must be knowing now there is an option. Your self-citation you can exclude. Urkund also, when you do the analysis, if you're on papers, now there is an option, you can exclude your own self-citation. So this is all from my side. So as far as the policy wise, sir, it is your call. You have to decide which software is better. I think you can form a one committee, safer side, and give a presentation for both the softwares. And then your faculty members, you can decide which software is better and you make a policy. I think that is on the safer side. Thank you, sir.
I think we can request the Bijayananda to arrange that regarding the Turnitin and all this in course of time. Then I have another question. That
Yes,
this is in relation to ORCID, Web of Science, and Google Scholar. In the Google Scholar, we see that if suppose there are two Devabrata Panda, suppose in my department there is a Devabrata Panda, in another state in Odisha there is a Devabrata Panda. Their articles get mixed up in Google Scholar. This is I just giving a name. So how it happens? Even in ORCID ID, different names articles come together. How it happens? How to exclude it?
Yeah, it's very simple, sir. Very simple, because very frequently we have to provide this data to MHRD, right? Suppose I'll give one example. We have one faculty, Ram Kumar Misra. Okay.
Yes.
So one of the, I think, instance that his H-index was 23, but actually we know that his H-index not more than 10. But that data was not gone from library, some other side. When it was discussed, I immediately says this is not correct. Then says why? Then say okay, that library take care of this. So because see what we have to do, we always search by ORCID ID. Now let me tell you, like say Sarat ke, Alita, for example, I'll take your name only. So suppose say there are two faculty members from the same name. So sir, always we should search by the ORCID ID. Otherwise there is a other option, like I say Sarat ke Palita. So suppose there are 6 Sarat, Professor Sarat are there. So left side, sir, their affiliation will come. So suppose you are working in central area of Odisha. So I'll select there and I'll say refine. So only then you will be visible. You got my point, sir. Suppose I say Sandeep Kumar Pathak. So Sandeep Kumar Pathak, 6 Sandeep Kumar Pathak will come. Publications will come. But left side, you see their affiliation will come. So by selecting the affiliation, you may refine. But best thing is, sir, you should search by the ORCID ID. Even Web of Science also you can search by the Publon ID or ORCID ID. So that is the best way. So in this IIRINS, sir, actually they fetch the data by API only, by the Scopus, using the Scopus. So suppose you want to be a part of the this IIRINS. So that case, what your librarian will do, he will circulate one Excel sheet, Google Excel sheet, and he will say all the faculty members, please write your name and your ORCID ID or your API ORCID ID. That's it. So by doing this, he will be able to fetch the data of all the faculty members. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Pathak. Thank you. Nice.
If anyone want to ask,
Sir, namaskar.
sir.
Yes, Dr. Ramendra. Yes.
Sir, myself, Dr. Ramabrahmam from Department of Education. Thank you, sir, for the nice presentation. But I have an inquiry. Sir, one of my articles, which was published in the UGC care listed journals, but now in this month, when I see the UGC website, it is mentioned that it is the clone journal. So just kindly enlighten us in this regard, because we don't have any control with regard to the journal, but it was published in the month of January. But in this month particularly, when I saw, I found that it is under the clone listed journals.
I got your question. Let me, if you mean to say when you publish your article, that time this journal was indexed in UGC care list, but now it is not there. Correct, sir?
Now when I see in the website, so it is mentioned that this is the clone journal. So what does it mean exactly?
No problem, sir. See, once you publish, I think that UGC care list must be available with you. So what I request you all of the time, it is very much legal, very much correct. What you should do now, sir, suppose I'm just giving example. Now, suppose you are applying for IISER-Bhopal, or you are applying for associate professor position. I'm just giving example. So along with this your publication, you also give a screenshot of that or that time list when it was there in the public this UGC care list. Otherwise, I have the downloaded version of the UGC care list. I can provide you. You have to provide that page along with that. So what is as per the guideline? Whenever you publish the article, if this journal was indexed, it is very much legal. You need not worry, because when you publish the article, it was there in the list. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So anybody want to ask? So I think we have to close here. Thank you, Dr. Pathak, for giving an elaborate talk on this topic. Sir, want to ask something?
Yes, please.
You want to ask something?
No, question no. I am just listening.
Okay. So now we'll close here. So I'm requesting Rudranaran to give proper vote of thanks, and after that we will close this webinar. Over to Rudra.
Esteemed Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Palta, sir, Roy, sir, Pradhan, sir, Pathak, sir from IISER-Bhopal, faculty members, research scholars, and all the participants present in the webinar. On behalf of the organizing team, it's my pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I express my sincere thanks and appreciation with lots of gratitude and respect for our esteemed Vice Chancellor, sir, for not only sparing his invaluable time for us to grace this occasion, but also for his commendable and motivational address. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank to our resource person, Dr. Sandeep Pathak, sir, from IISER-Bhopal, for accepting our invitation and deliver in this webinar. In his talk, Dr. Pathak very nicely focused on different areas like open education resources, MHRD and implement initiatives, research support tools, research visualization tools, issues on scholarly publishing, directory of open access book, open access journal, directory of open access repository, open access archivings, role of social medias in research, role of Google in the process of research, open access subject gateways, open access coursewares, open access learning tools, various research networks, different e-learning platforms, research management tools, etc. In a short period of time, he has given a broad idea on open education resources and research visualization tools. His talk in this session will definitely encourage our participants to do more in the field of their concern, learning and research. Dear sir, without your kind presence, we could not have this webinar session. As you know, no event can take shape without a hardworking leader. With this note, I would like to thank to Pradhan sir for his continuous dedication towards the development of the library and his vision to do something new for our pattern, for our users in this COVID-19 pandemic situation. Thank you, sir, for your great effort for making this webinar happen. Finally, a huge thanks to our participants for attending this webinar. Thank you, everyone, for your kind support. With this word, I would like to conclude this session. Thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah, I'd like to also thank you. I'll just take 1 minute, and I'd like to thank my sincere thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor and my friend Bijayananda Pradhan for giving me this opportunity. And I thank all the participants for giving your time to listen me. I'll share my PPT with the librarian. And if you have any query also, my email is there, skpathak@IISER-Bhopal. You can write me an email. Or if any further query related to anything, I'll